we created the auth context, and we also did the auth reducer. So now we're going to create a middleware that will minimize our import. After that, we're going to connect that to our register page and register a user. All right, so let's call this middleware. Middlewares. So let's call it context hooks. Context hooks.js. So what we're doing with that one is we are importing use context from React, and we are importing auth context from auth state. We are importing it in, we're deconstructing it here because it's not on a default export, so we have to get that in brackets. And we're going to do export function use auth. That's our own custom function, and we're going to do return use context, and then we're going to go auth context. Okay. So now back to register page, so that way I can show you why. So we can connect it, but I also want to show you why I created this this middleware. So if I did not do that, I would have to go in here and do use context, okay? And I would also have to go in here and import auth context like that. So that's one import, two imports, and I would have to go in here and I would have to say const auth context is equal to use context and throw in the auth context. So that's 1, 2, 3 lines, and then I would have to do register user, clear toasts, clear errors, yeah, and I would have to get all of that from auth context. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas instead, I can just delete this use context right here. I don't have to import this, so I just deleted 1. This is 2. Delete this, that's 3. And all I have to do is import use auth from middlewares, let's just call it middleware, and context hooks. Okay, let's rename this one. All right, so instead I just do 1, 2, and I'm good to go. You're probably thinking, yeah, Mr. Matthew, you reduced 2 lines. You saved yourself 2 lines, but don't forget you also had to go in there and add all of these. In this example, it may not seem like a lot, but if you're writing a complex application where in multiple pages, okay, you have to import the same things, it's always best to write yourself a middleware, so that way you just import that middleware and everything that you need to do is done. So we're following the basic principle, code once, use multiple time. Example, I'm using this here in the register page. I'm also going to be doing the same thing in the login page. So now, instead of 2 lines, it now jumped to 4. And when I get to my blogs, I'm going to be using the same concept. And for each page that I need to use the blog context to see how it's easily multiplied. Okay, so that's the concept here. All right, let's see, where were we? Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to import use effect. Okay. I want to get rid of those alert and use React Toastify instead. Okay. Apply. Let's import toast container. Toast container. Toast container, and also the different animation. Zoom, slide, bounce, flip. You don't need to do all of this. We could just decide whether you want zoom, slide, bounce, flip. One is enough, but me, I'm feeling a little bit fancy. So I am going to make it dynamic. So yeah, let's do function, transition, animation. Let's call it like that. Okay, and then we're going to do const list. And that list is going to be an array, and we're going to pass it the different ones. Zoom, slide, flip. And now we're going to return an array with a random element using that list. Okay? So that's pretty much it. All right? Yeah. I'm not sure where I'm getting it. Oh, I know. My function should not be there. Again, sorry if you hear me sniffles. I think I'm about to get sick soon. All right, so now that we've done that, also another thing that I need to do, that I want to do, is another function. Is I want it to also be dynamic, so it's going to be transition position. You don't have to do that. Let's do const list another array. Debating. So these are all the options, right? But I don't want all of that. I just want top right or top left. Top right, top, let's do top center, why not? And top left. And just like our previous one, we're going to return a random one. Now, after the router, before the div, we need to call our toast container. So our position is going to be we're going to call our transition position. Auto close. That one. Say 5,000. That's 5 seconds. Let's make it 2 seconds. 5 seconds is a lot. High progress bar false. Newest on top true. Newest on top is true. Close on click, yes. What else? Right to left is going to be false. Pause on focus loss is false. Pause on focus loss, that one is going to be false. Draggable and yeah, let's keep it paused on hover. And then transition, we're gonna do transition animation, and I do believe this is what we need. This is all we need for now. Now if we go back to our register, we import toast from Toastify, and if we do use effect, and if we have a, let's say toast, okay, let's call our toast here, which our toast is, we're getting that from, we're getting our toast from the auth, okay. Actually, is authenticated as well, okay. I did not add that because we do need a way to know if we're authenticated. So let's go to our reducer and put is authenticated. Let's do null. Let's go down. Okay, now our reducer now. Where are successes? Right here. We're gonna do is authenticated true. True. And now fails. We're gonna do is authenticated is equal to false. On logout, we're gonna do the same thing as well. Is equal to false. And go back. Let's add is authenticated as well. And then we're gonna do clear errors. We need that. Okay. Now we're gonna do, if it is authenticated, let's navigate to our blogs. Yeah, we need to navigate. Okay. If we have toast, okay, we're going to do for each, and we're going to pass it the toast array, and we're going to do element. Now you'll see why I wanted message and the type. So it's element message, okay, and we're passing the element type, okay. So now same thing here. We're gonna do toast. Please fill all fields, and then our type is going to be error. let's copy paste. Actually, let's do toast. I think that there's an error here somewhere, but I'll figure it out. Here we're gonna do toast. Actually, yeah, over here we're gonna do toast. And our type, success. I think there's gonna be an error here, but let's run that real quick. Okay, register. I have an error somewhere. I knew it. Where is that error? Use auth is not okay. Cannot deconstruct property middleware hook. So it's here. It has to do with this one. Silly me. I know why it's throwing this error. I did not import my auth state. I make that mistake a lot. All right, let's do that. Region, nope. This one is gonna say states. Import auth state from and region. So auth state, close that. And now we should not have the error. Bingo. Let's get rid of the last name. Another error. All right, so after a little bit of digging, I realized I was getting this error. Well, this one looks a little bit different. But let's see. Register. Hold up. I'm trying to recreate the error that I was getting prior, because I did make some changes. Let's reload. This is what I was getting. Okay, so now that I've recreated it, all right. I had to dig into React Toastify, and I realized that the reason I was getting this error is because I was not importing the CSS, this right here. So I went back into my indexed, I imported it. Now let's run that again, and registration successful. Okay. You'll notice if it's successful, it's green. Let's try to get an error right here. All right. Okay. So now that we are, everything's good. Let's hurry up and close this video because it's pushing long. We're gonna do register user, and we're gonna pass it user. So when we pass this to user, it's gonna go to our, it's gonna communicate with our backend. Actually, I need to put the proxy here. Proxy HTTP localhost 5000. Okay. I'm expecting an error here because this particular email is already registered in our database. So let's see what happens. So it's for each. I did receive an error. Okay, so we're gonna stop this video right here, and then in the next video we'll try to we'll try. I'll try to debug it, and then I'll walk you through the solution.